Let's go and look at the view of them. They look like Filipinos. I should say, have you seen my daisy? Alright, Costa Coffee. Digital lavender ceramic cup. We have made you aware of the issue of a small number of digital lavender cups where the base of the cup has leaked or broken. Although a small number of cups are affected, if you would prefer to return your cup, please return it to the store where you purchased for a full refund. When returning the cup, please return any packaging, your receipt. Oh, look at that. You buy a cup in Costa Coffee. They're saying it's faulty, so they want you to return the packaging and the receipt. Is that taking the you know what? I think so. Costa Coffee is taking the mick. Hi Lynn.
Hello.
Have you seen Daisy anywhere?
Yeah.
Is she about? I've lost her.
She was in the charity shop in
she's up.
Road, you know,
She's up that way still, is she?
Yeah.
I'm too early for her to get to this one.
Alright.
Have a nice day. Yeah, so in Costa Coffee in Paignton. There we go. If you have a Costa Coffee cup that's faulty, they want you to bring back the packaging and your receipt, and then they give you a refund. So it's not a recall saying how dangerous their cups are. It's a bring your receipt and the packaging, and then they might give you a refund. Yeah. I'm just looking at their little recall cup on the window, on the little sign there.
Oh, right.
So they're saying there's a faulty cup, which they're happy to refund if you bring the packaging and the receipt back for their faulty item. That's not good, is it?
Well, it is what it is. Can't really change it.
Well, trading standards wouldn't like that. Trading standards would be like, no, you can't do that. You're admitting it's faulty, but you won't give a refund unless they bring the packaging. So let's say you've got a bit of paper around it and the receipt, they won't give the refund. That's very naughty.
Yeah.
Hey, you want to be on my video?
Not doing fancy yet, no.
No? Nah, it's just I've cut you off, don't I?
Right.
I'll edit you out.
Yeah, but it's YouTube then, definitely.
Well, we've got a little family channel called Happily Married to a Filipina.
Oh,
It's me and my kids. And I've recently started getting into doing auditing of the police stations and stuff.
Oh,
And the libraries and things like that. So now it's like Auditing Torbay has been added onto my channel, which is, well, it's helped boost it a little bit.
yeah.
Yeah, we nearly got 2,000 subscribers, so we're not doing too bad.
Well, look at you.
Yeah.
No, mate, do train spotting, bus spotting.
Well, yeah, I like the train bits as well.
What I do is I've got a YouTube channel called J Mainline. But I go around the place doing recently I've been doing more the bus journeys, like recording bus routes. Like I've got the train 2 to edit from South Devon College to the Warren.
Right.
I've got all sorts to edit. I've got train spotting videos and bus spotting videos that I haven't had time to edit yet, so I've been busy drawing buses and trains. And yeah.
You got many viewers or?
I've got about 141 subscribers.
Right. Do you want to come on and say your channel? Go on, just say it. Go on.
Oh my god.
What's your channel?
The channel's J Mainline.
J Mainline.
Yeah.
And you're Paignton based?
Yeah.
Yeah.
More Devon based, but
Devon based?
Mainly Paignton. Roots from Paignton. Done the Fox on a double decker at one time. The 23, the 12.
Do you actually do the buses and the trains?
Yeah, I do the full routes. like I've done the 13 before they change it with in the November timetable changes. I've done all sorts like that.
Have you caught one of the electric buses that drives itself?
I don't like them.
Have you been on one?
No, I haven't. But I don't like.
I've heard that they've started trialing them in Scotland.
Yeah, but Scotland is not.
There's no people, so there's just a few sheep they might run over in the outbacks, and it's places where they won't get drivers because there's nobody on the bus to start with. But the robotic buses are zooming around out there.
I don't think they'll be good, in my eyes. At the end of the
They
day,
will when the population reduces and there's nobody around. Then they'll be able to use them.
Well, yeah, but there's nobody around. There's just be there buzzing around the place. Nobody's business.
But that's one bus I'd love to go on. I'd love to actually get on one, do one of my vlogs, and say I'm on one of the self-driving buses.
Stagecoach has actually trialled a self-driving bus. It looks like a regular bus, so it looks like an Enviro 200.
In Devon?
Not in Devon per se. It's
Yeah.
an Enviro 200 MMC, so like the newer double deckers you see in Exeter.
Right.
However, they've got it's self-driving. Like you have the driver on the seat, why if there's any corrections that need to be done, he can do it.
Right.
He or she. But like example, you press a button, you got a tablet. You press this, like say, depot to bus station.
Right.
It'll drive from the depot to the bus station. With, of course, the traffic lights and whatnot, like that.
Right. Well, it's all interesting stuff. It's all come in. I say you're a lot younger than me, so it'll all happen in your generation. In time.
Mind you, I want to preserve a bus long term, but I don't think if I buy a preserved one,
Well,
I'll be able to drive it. Cause,
well, me and my family, we live in Paignton and we live in Portugal. 2018, they voted Brexit, so we went there, retained our rights there, bought some land, and I actually looked into maybe buying a bus or a double decker and parking it on some land and building it into a mobile home.
My mate,
I did look at that. I thought that'd be interesting, but then I thought, well, how am I going to get it all the way out to Portugal? And it cost me a fortune. So I was like, no, we'll just buy a tent.
Mind you, if you did that,
A little caravan.
It costs quite a bit. Because you got to get the bus out in general. You've got all sorts of bits to do, sort out.
Yeah. There's some nice old ones that they do for weddings and that down here still in there. That my older brother, he got married, he used one of the nice old buses.
Preservation, I support.
Yeah.
One thing I don't support is that solar that's going interrupting us. No, to me personally, preservation is what's preserving the vehicle.
As it is, as it was.
Yeah. Like for example, you got this sort of Paignton Dartmouth, which of course they preserve the steam locos.
Yeah.
And they also run Paignton Presidents. They're not in preservation per se because they're still in revenue earning service, but they are running around the place. There's a YouTuber I watch at times called Mag Buses. They've got about 3 dead starts.
Yeah.
They've got 2.2s, which are my favourite, and they've got a white dart.
Do you volunteer on the steam railway?
Occasionally on the South Devon.
This one? This South Devon, isn't it?
No, this is the Paignton Dartmouth down there.
That's the Paignton Dartmouth?
Yeah. The South Devon is Totnes to put fast lead.
Right.
And I volunteered Totnes then because it's easy.
So did you get to put the coal in and...
No. I fixed the...
Well, if you do that one, is that one as expensive as this one is? Because this one seems very expensive for a family to go on.
Well, there's actually a perk. If you volunteer down at the South Devon Steam Railway, and you got your association.
Well, let's say you're just a tourist.
Well, if you're
is it more value than this one? Because this one here in Paignton is astronomical now. I think it's like £88 or something for a family.
It depends. It depends. But mind you, I found out it costs at least £1,000 a day to run the steam locos because of the price of coal increasing and whatnot.
Yeah, but they do too many trains, don't they? They should reduce the price, do less trains throughout the day. Then they're a bit more filled up because they're quite empty.
Or what they could do is they've got a diesel
Right.
online, an old Class 37, lovely loco, quite a beast too. Like what people during the summer that loco was running with them. So what they could do is, well, preservation is not just the steam locos, it's the diesels and whatnot. Like my favourite loco, the Class 58s, but the first one has been in operation order.
The kids want to hear the steam and the whistle, don't they?
Well, it all depends. Because at the end of the day, kids, yes, the kids like steam locos, but the kids also like trains. Like they would like to see a train going up and down the line. And for the preservation lines to keep running, what they could do is a steam and a diesel loco. In my eyes, the Paignton Dartmouth, the South Devon steam railway would probably be the cheapest.
Are you saying that you know it's £1,000 a day it costs them to run it?
About, yeah.
Right.
Because of the quick decrease in prices in coal and
so if they got 11 families, that covers their costs for the day. For the prices they are charging.
In theory, yeah.
And they have queues. And they've got queues, which is amazing. It's a once in a lifetime thing, probably.
They have reduced the timetable.
They do need to reduce it, but they need to reduce the price, or have a local price for locals to be able to support it as well. Not just a Grockle price.
There's a load of factors in it. There's a load of factors.
Well, I know I got 3 daughters and a wife and myself, and for us to go on it, I think it was £88. I was like, no, we're going to look at it from outside. We won't be riding it.
Right, one nice thing is go up to Gilvington Bank. Watch you go up the bank.
Yeah, well, I will go and make a video of the steam railway. I will do that before I go.
Remember, I'm only an enthusiast. But I don't know the ins and outs of the heritage lines.
Well, you've got a YouTube channel with it.
Well, yeah, but at the end of the day, I'm still learning. Like every day for me, with the trains, with the buses, I'm learning. Like I've only just recently found out there's different controllers for the buses at different places at different times. Because my mate works as a cleaner on the buses in Torquay and Newton Abbot. So every day for me is learning. Like I don't know how much it'll cost for the South Devon Steam Railway to run their trains, but I can tell you this: it is cheaper. It'll probably be a little bit cheaper than.
Do they still use real coal?
Yeah.
Real coal.
As far as I know, yeah.
Because it's banned from us buying real coal for my wood burner and that now. I can't buy it anywhere. So it'd be curious whether trains have to use the smokeless coal, like we have to use at home these days.
I haven't heard anything about smokeless coal yet.
Yeah.
There has been rumours about eco-friendly coal.
Well, that would be the smokeless coal that I have to use at home.
But so far they haven't figured out how it's going to look up for the steam locos, because of course
it cost a fortune for the new smokeless one. I was quite happy with the normal price of coal, even though it went up every year.
But also the steam loco, like if you just look down there, that Great Western one,
yeah,
he's built for Welsh coal, which
right,
is different, which is of course Welsh thing.
Yeah.
Like different locos depends what eras they're built.
Right.
They, of course, when they eras, well, say different operators, so they have the Great Western, Welsh coal, and that kind of thing. They'll use their local source coal as much as they can.
All coal mostly came from Wales in the past.
Yeah. And so
till about 40 years ago when they closed it all down. Yeah. Maggie Thatcher.
Yeah. Well, Paignton Dartmouth, no, South Devon, they only use probably 1 tank engine, maybe 2, and of course they're pulling 5 coaches. Like tank coaches, you can probably use less coal than those smaller tank coaches.
Well, last year when I was looking, they had so many coaches on the back. It went quite a distance of how many coaches they had on it. What are the steam trains? I don't know which one it was.
They remind you down there, they can pull bigger.
I was quite surprised how many they were pulling.
Yeah.
It took me ages to walk right down to the end. I was moaning to my daughter, I was like, "Oh, walk all the way down there to like video this now." I'll have to dig that video out and I'll add it to this one and then put your channel on and do a little audit for you. I'll call it Meat Train Enthusiast in Paignton. Whilst I'm out doing my little walkabout.
Should have brought my Great Western High Vis with me now.
Yeah.
No, I would rather personally play South Devon, not because I helped run it, but because it's a beautiful line. You go.
Do you do many YouTube videos off it?
I have done a few.
Yeah.
I haven't done any recently.
So that must drum up lots of customers for them.
Depends who watches them.
Because as a local, I honestly didn't even think about that railway.
No, because
this side of the Dart, you don't think of it.
Because you got to go down to top next.
We all think of this one.
Yeah, because it's Paignton, it's local, it's literally down the road, ain't it?
But I live in Maldon, so the other one's just down the road to me as well.
Yeah. So like, what I would rather do is personally, I like the small tank engines, like the panniers, the small prairies, even a small tender loco known as they call it goods, which only one of them is preserved down in South Devon, numbered 3205. What I like about down there is they run between Totnes and Buckfast Lake. Stop at Totnes, Staverton, and of course Buckfast Lake. But then, if you want to go do the full line to Ashburton, of course you can't do that because it's closed as far between Ashburton and Buckfast Lake. So they've got a replacement bus service, which runs by an old route master and maybe at times an old grey cars coach. Which I've been on both of them and they are a beaut. Like say like last year they had to replace a piece of track on the Royal Mile, which is a section of track between Totnes and Staverton, which they couldn't replace. Which they couldn't run trains on it because it's a single. Well, it's of course a single track. So they run the route master between Totnes and Staverton, which I've recorded that again on my.
Well, I'll look at your channel later.
Yeah.
I said we recorded it, so we'll find it.
Yeah.
And I'll post you the link for our little channel.
Yeah.
And hope you get to your 1,000 subs and your, how many is it? 1,000 hours? Is it?
At the end.
4,000 hours, isn't it? You got to get.
At the end of the day, I do it for the hobby. I do it literally so I only use my. If I find it.
Yeah, but the worrying thing with us when our channel was below the 1,000, they were saying about closing all the small channels down if they didn't get to the 1,000.
Well.
They were going to change it that you had to get to that amount to because they wanted to reduce how many people are on there type thing.
Well, if they do that and my channel goes, I will not be very happy. But at the end of the day, that's
what I was worried about because it takes a little while to build it up.
Yes,
but you got Rumble. Do you ever use Rumble?
No.
No, Rumble's the alternative YouTube now.
I don't really.
It's growing. It's a growing place. It's the future one, I'd say.
You never know. You never know.
Not so restricted. Anyway, nice chatting to you, and look us up.
Yeah.
My talk with the train enthusiast.
Yeah. Never know, I could give you a little tour down the Paignton Dartmouth in the future. Yeah, well, just leave a comment. Just leave a comment on when you see it, and yeah. Or maybe. So I'm planning on doing a history of the line between Paignton and, well, the full line, which used to be Newton Abbot down to Kingsway, because Paignton was a food station back in Great Western. Yeah. So I want to eventually do a history of down there. Like Churston used to look very different back in the steam era. I know. I do the Brixham old photos groups. Yeah. We have a lot of old photos being posted of the railways. I've seen the line. I've actually walked the line too. Well, yeah. Well, I've said for years they should close this station down from here and do a tram. Go all the way to Brixham. No. The line's there. Give it a bit of extra life. No. They were going to actually do it. The line between a few years back and Brixham. They looked into it. It will never come back. I think there's 4 houses built on it, isn't there? Houses are built on the line, not just in Churston, but in Brixham. It's fully redeveloped. You can just see where all the supports are that for the bank.
Oh no, not to go right up to the old station, but to go down into the town. But to use most of the line that goes through into Brixham and then down.
There's no point. At the end of the day, but
Get some electric ones on there, and then they'd save all this fossil fuels on the buses. Anyway.
Actually, speaking about that, they are getting. I have heard that we are getting newer buses, new cleaner buses.
Yeah.
Because they get new cleaner. They call them Enviro 400s.
Right. Is it partial electric and partial green engines?
The ones that I've been told. I don't know if they're still coming down here. Because no mistake, they love to change their plans like nobody's business. But they're hybrids.
Yeah, hybrid types.
They're hybrid because of course you can't buy fully diesel anymore. Buses because of legislation by the government. They're like, have you seen on the Hot 12 the red double deckers?
Yeah.
They're the type. Like you'll probably see one coming through here at some point of an Enviro 400 MMC. They are lovely. They're not the best bus in the world to me, because mind you, I like the older buses, but they are an alright bus to go on. Like it does its job. Yes, they can be sluggish at times, which 8 doesn't help, especially on the hills. But they do their job, and of course they help. I've probably got a video somewhere of me being on one. Like they're replacing the older Dennis Tridents, which is the old ALX 400s, and the older Enviro 400s, which is the predecessor, which is basically the in-betweenie, which is the first Enviros, if that makes sense.
Right.
So they're basically in between the NMCs and the
So
Enviro.
have you always been a trained bus spotter?
When I started it...
Are you out today? Are you out doing your buses?
I've been out, not per se. I've been taking on a photo or two of the buses and the trains on just while I'm walking up and down. But I've been mainly shopping for my mum and fixing Thomas toys for a cafe.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah. Well, me, I was hoping to catch one of them litter picker people trying to get people down here. That's what I really like to catch on camera.
Right.
The Torbay litter pickers. The finers.
Yeah.
Litter police, we call them, don't we? I'm told they're down here all the time, but I've never actually caught one down on camera down here.
I'm not a big fan of personally. I'm not a big fan of littering. Like, I've never seen it. I've never seen the appeal to litter. Like I've seen.
Well, under the law, well, that's not a law; it's legislation. If you drop something there, and they come up and say anything to you, you just pick it up, walk over, and put it in the bin, and they can't say a word to you. They abuse their power by telling people, "No, you're fined, £80, and demand their details." When, if they only pick it up and put it in the bin, it's over. But they won't do that, and people even pick it up, put it in the bin, they still try and chase them, which is breaching the legislation, because it says if it's dropped and left is the word. Now people don't seem to understand that, so I want to catch one on camera trying to do someone.
Yeah.
I did catch one on camera last year.
Yeah.
Inside the Kentucky Fried Chicken private car park.
Well, KFC what?
In Paignton, yeah, and next to Asda. They did 2 people in a car. Dropped a piece of chicken.
Look over there. Just leaving. That's the Enviro 400.
Right. Okay.
They were. There's even a hybrid version of them.
Really?
Yeah. Of Manchester mainly, which is a shame because they've got a similar livery to what was the 22.
Well, good channel in Manchester, if you look it up, is Charlie Veach. Have you seen him?
No, I haven't.
Look at Charlie Veach. He does Manchester trams, buses,
yeah,
druggies, litter pickers, the police,
so
robbers,
basically,
shops. He does. He just walks around doing everything in Manchester, videoing.
Yeah.
And it's really quite an awesome. But he is really popular, and his channel it's rather big now. Yeah. He's making a good living doing it, being paid by YouTube.
I'm able to show you some of my artwork.
Yep.
That's one. That's bus known as the Optare Solo.
Right.
Back. I don't know if you were here back then, but when they
I've been here since '72.
you've probably seen it.
Yeah.
The 5 changed to the Fox, and when they changed it to the Fox, they of course rebranded the bus into the Fox brand.
Right.
They were already on the route, but hey, win some, you lose some.
Hey, I must go because I've got to pick my daughters up from school in a minute. What time is it now?
The time is.
I've still got to find my wife. Quarter past 2.
Yeah,
Okay.
and I've got to go anyway. Cause I've got to catch.
Well, have a
bus.
nice day. Nice chat to you. And leave us a comment. I'll leave you a comment on your little channel, and
Yeah.
I'll post your channel on
Yeah,
mine.
when I see you, I'll thing.
I'll try and find your link before I upload it to put it on
Yeah.
description for you,
Yeah, and I'll see you
and
later.
see if people
Yeah.
take notice.
Yeah,
Right.
and I'll see
Have a
you
nice
later.
day. Bye. Bless him.